This mugshot offers a chilling glimpse into the life of a young Joseph Stalin, taken in 1911 by the Okhrana, the Tsar's secret police. He was 33 years old at the time, though the attached information card estimates his age as 32 to 34. Note the meticulous detail recorded, even down to the shape of his ear, categorized as a 6. The card also includes a section for race, if colored, pause. Left blank in Stalin's case, a reflection of the bureaucratic nature of the Tsarist regime and the prejudices of the time. This was Stalin's second arrest. His first encounter with the Okhrana was in 1908 for revolutionary activities. He was sentenced to 2 years' exile in the remote village of Solvychegodsk. But after just 7 months displaying the cunning and resourcefulness that would characterize his later years, and escaped on a train to St. Petersburg. His second arrest, the one documented in this mugshot, took place in Baku. His revolutionary work in the Caucasus region led to charges of terrorism, robbery, and revolutionary agitation. This time, the authorities banned him from the Caucasus for 5 years and ordered him to complete his previous exile in Solvychegodsk. He was deported back in September of 1911. Even in exile, Stalin's revolutionary spirit remained unbroken. In early 1911, his friends attempted to smuggle him money to facilitate another escape. However, the fellow exile entrusted with the delivery betrayed him, keeping the money for himself. A telling detail, Stalin would later have this man executed in 1937, demonstrating a chilling capacity for long-held grudges. The failed escape attempt forced Stalin's return to Solvychegodsk. During this period of exile, he had an affair with his landlady, Maria Kuzakova, and fathered a son, Konstantin. Contemporary accounts describe Konstantin as handsome, yet lacking his father's chilling charisma. Interestingly, Stalin himself was not a naturally charismatic figure. He was often described as dull and pockmarked, with poor oratorical skills. He even worked with a speech mentor who advised him to adopt a calmer, slower delivery, like a father speaking to his children. Stalin's true power lay not in charm, but in deception, a remarkable memory, and meticulous organization. His charisma, so powerfully projected in his later years, was not innate but carefully cultivated. The cult of personality surrounding Stalin was a deliberate construct, masking a man whose true strength lay in his cunning and ruthlessness. This mugshot, taken years before his rise to power, offers a glimpse of the man behind the mask. A man whose path was already marked by both revolutionary fervor and a chilling capacity for betrayal. This mugshot, taken in 1911, reveals more than just the face of a young revolutionary. It captures a specific moment in time, a snapshot of a man on the periphery of power, years before the name Stalin would become synonymous with terror and totalitarian control. The Okhrana's meticulous record-keeping, evident in the details on the attached information card, his estimated age, the peculiar notation of his ear shape, the empty space reserved for race, if colored, speaks to the pervasive surveillance of the era. It also underscores the Tsarist regime's attempts to categorize and control its subjects, particularly those deemed subversive. Stalin's repeated arrests and exiles highlight the turbulent political landscape of pre-revolutionary Russia. His first arrest in 1908 and subsequent exile to Solvychegodsk demonstrate the Tsar's determination to suppress dissent. But Stalin's daring escape, disguised as a woman, reveals a cunning and determination that would serve him well in the years to come. His second arrest in Baku, on charges of terrorism, robbery, and revolutionary agitation, underscores the increasingly radical nature of his activities. The Caucasus, a region known for its ethnic and political diversity, was a hotbed of revolutionary sentiment. Stalin's involvement in this volatile environment further shaped his revolutionary ideology and honed his skills as an organizer and agitator. The story of the betrayed escape attempt and the subsequent execution of the man who kept the money illustrates a critical aspect of Stalin's character: his ruthlessness and capacity for revenge. This incident, seemingly minor in the context of his larger life story, foreshadows the brutality that would characterize his reign of terror. The details of his personal life during exile, his affair with Maria Kuzakova, and the birth of his son Konstantin humanize this figure who would later become almost deified within the Soviet Union. The contrast between Konstantin's reported handsomeness and lack of charisma and Stalin's own physical shortcomings and cultivated persona further emphasizes the constructed nature of Stalin's public image. This mugshot, then, is not just a historical artifact. It's a window into the complex and often contradictory personality of a man who would rise from obscurity to become one of the 20th century's most influential and terrifying figures. It's a reminder that history is made not just by grand pronouncements and sweeping movements, but also by individual choices, personal betrayals, and the calculated construction of an image. The seeds of Stalin's future tyranny, his cunning, his ruthlessness, his understanding of the power of image, are all subtly present in this grainy image captured by the Tsar's secret police. Consider this mugshot. A young man, just 33 years old, stares back at us across the chasm of time. The Okhrana, the Tsar's secret police, meticulously documented his features, his estimated age, even the shape of his ear. They saw him as a threat, a subversive element to be categorized, monitored, and controlled. But in this image, we can also see hints of the man he would become. The steely gaze, the determined set of his jaw. These are the features of a man who would not be broken, who would not be deterred from his revolutionary path, even in the face of repeated arrests and exile. Stalin's early experiences in the revolutionary underground shaped him profoundly. The Tsarist regime's attempts to silence him, the arrests, the exiles to remote Solvychegodsk, only served to harden his resolve. Each escape, each act of defiance, strengthened his commitment to the cause and fueled his ambition. The Caucasus, with its volatile mix of ethnicities and political ideologies, provided fertile ground for Stalin's revolutionary activities. Here, he honed his skills as an organizer, an agitator, a strategist. He learned to navigate the treacherous world of clandestine meetings, secret communications, and daring escapes. These experiences would prove invaluable in the years to come as he climbed the ranks of the Bolshevik Party and ultimately seized control of the Soviet Union. The story of the betrayed escape attempt reveals a darker side of Stalin's character. The fact that he would later have the man who stole his escape money executed decades after the betrayal speaks volumes about his capacity for long-held grudges and his ruthless pursuit of revenge. This incident, seemingly small in the grand scheme of history, foreshadows the purges and show trials that would mark his reign of terror. The personal details of his life in exile, his affair with Maria Kuzakova, the birth of his son Konstantin, add another layer of complexity to the Stalin story. They remind us that even the most ruthless dictators are human beings, with personal lives, relationships, and vulnerabilities. However, in Stalin's case, these personal details often served as mere footnotes to the larger narrative of his political ambition and his relentless pursuit of power. This mugshot, taken in 1911, captures a pivotal moment in Stalin's journey from revolutionary outsider to totalitarian dictator. It's a stark reminder that the seeds of tyranny can often be found in the seemingly mundane details of a life lived on the margins, long before the acquisition of absolute power. It compels us to consider how seemingly insignificant events and personal characteristics can converge to shape the course of history, often with devastating consequences.